Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a blustery Wakefield Park with a huge game in the Central League today between Wellington Olympic and Miramar Rangers. Chilo Sport is delighted to bring you the coverage of today's game. My name's Chris Sambrick, and I'll bring commentary to you alongside Scotty Eastope. So, Scotty, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me, Sambo.
Very exciting day to look at in terms of the league in total today. We've got a couple of big fixtures down the bottom, but this is certainly the key game, looking for Wellington Olympic or Miramar to really take a stranglehold of the league and claim the league title ahead of the Summer National League. So as we roll forward, if we can have a quick look at the lineups as they come up. Miramar just making the one change today, and that is that Sam Mason-Smith, after picking up a slight knock last week, will drop to the bench, and Andy Bevan coming in to replace him. A very, very strong looking side, really packed with a good combination of the Team Wellington players that went through last year's Summer League, and really looking to get back there and get into a strong position ahead of the Summer League coming up. Wellington Olympic, unchanged lineup from last week. So it's obviously Scotty Bass in goal. Ben Matter will captain the side from the back, and with the attacking threat coming through, new signing Yaga Scott-Brenfield and Gianni Bazokis, who is rocketing along this season with 13 goals to his name. So, look, really exciting game for us to have a look at today. We're very, very excited to bring it to you. Scotty, what are your expectations from certainly the first 10 minutes of this?
Well, I certainly expect a close encounter, Sambo. I think, obviously, based on the last two times these teams have met, we saw a really close game the last time out. And with the wealth of talent contained in both sides, I think we'll see a really tight one.
Absolutely. So we see the players just making their way onto the pitch. Very, very good crowd kind of gathered around here at Wakefield Park today. It's going to be a huge occasion for Wellington Olympic. We've certainly been welcomed well into the fold.
Yeah, you always are when you come here, aren't you? The Greek community really excited for this fixture, and they certainly let you know that they're excited. I smelt the food on the way in, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm still looking at that barbecue. Still looking at it. A long way in the van. I'll no doubt make a quick dash for that at halftime. As we look across the field, the Miramar players slowly joining us towards the middle. Just to run through, the referees today is the main referee is Calvin Burke, and his assistant Edward Cook and Ashton Davenport. I'm sure there's a few nerves in that room too. It's such a big game with the context of the league. I'm sure they're going to have a strong hold of this game and make sure that the opening 10 minutes kind of goes without any incident.
They're certainly dressed for the occasion, aren't they, Sambo?
You can't miss them. Maybe Scotty Bass has them one up in that department, but I think he's the only one.
Yeah, he's gone head to toe in the fluoro outfit. They're breaking it up with those black shorts, but they're certainly
out to impress.
Yeah.
Scotty Bass is so bright. There's a tree in front of me, and I can still see him. All right, the officials just going through the welcomes here and having a chat to the bench. But we are really, really looking forward to getting this one going.
But just while we're on kits, Sambo, Miramar obviously in their away kit, being another club heavily blue within their normal colours, you wouldn't wear that kit in too many other pitches around Wellington.
Certainly not. Certainly not with the weather we've had lately. The poor manager's having to get that through the nappy stand and the rinse wash. That takes some coming back to that kind of pristine look.
I dare say that is borderline brand new.
It is a big occasion.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
If you're going to bust out a new kit, today's a good day to do it. All right, and out we go. Players walking out, heading up for the handshakes, and looking forward to getting this one underway. As I said before, it's a big game in the context of the league. Obviously, these two have already qualified for the Summer League, which will be exciting times. I mean, Miramar have been quite looking after the Team Wellington brand over the last few years, and it'll be great to see them back under their own steam, and Wellington Olympic joining back into the National League for the first time in a while. And the league's really interesting at the moment, with the Lower Hutt side kind of automatically qualifying. I think this year and beyond, that fourth spot is going to be really up for grabs. And of course, down the bottom of the table, there's a huge game out that's would have kicked off about half an hour ago between Petone and Wainui. So Wainui, if they want to hold on to their place in the league, have to win today and then take something off Olympic next week, which is a big ask. Otherwise, Petone can secure their safety for another season of Central League. So happening all over the grounds this week, but we are certainly at the big one.
Yeah, we're certainly blessed with a tight league, and what I like most about this league, Sambo, is how different each club approaches this competition. You take these two clubs, for example, so close in terms of geography, but the way that they operate and who they are identity-wise as a club, very, very different.
Yeah, absolutely. And a really interesting mix now with the Team Wellington side of last year, really quite evenly split across these two. There's going to be some neutrals on the sideline today. They won't really know who to be backing, but certainly they'll be in the minority because the majority of this crowd is very strongly in favour of Olympic, and I'm sure from the embankment area out to our left, we will hear plenty of noise as the day goes through.
Yeah, and let's just put it out there, we're not formally associated with either of these two clubs ourselves, Sambo, but my family has been long associated with the Wellington Olympic Club, and I will do my best to be as impartial as possible throughout the day.
That's all we could ask, mate. That's all we could ask.
Just wanted to lay it out there early, in case anyone was wondering.
So the wind certainly seems to be picking up out there, and it's darkened off a little bit in the last 10 minutes before kickoff. Miramar, we've been playing right to left, and that wind seems to be going very strange and turning to the south. So this could add a different dimension to the fixture as we go, because it could be very difficult to get out of one side of the park.
You might need to take a look at that door. Wow, look at this. He's having to hold the ball.
So Miramar get us underway. Looking for the clip out wide. But with that wind, it's going to take some getting used to. So that one just gets out of control a little bit and runs out of play for an Olympic throw-in.
Well, this is some true Wellington weather now, isn't it? At 1 minute, it was literally beautiful. Next minute, rain, wind, gusting in.
The brave ones are holding the ground, but the scared ones are running for shelter. That's a free kick. Free kick for Miramar. In a semi-dangerous range, if they can get a good delivery in there. But they'll look to go short. And then just recycle the ball through the back.
We were wondering how Miramar would approach the game. Looks like they have come out in what seems to be a back three, Sambo. Early doors with a couple of wide players. They have been floating between the back three and the back four over the last few weeks. So interesting to see that early on.
Another overlap out wide. Just looking for a little way into the box, but it's not clean. Little ball given away. Could be a chance if he can clear his feet. And blocked out for a corner. Bright start for Miramar, looking to get into good areas. And as I say, with that wind being hard to judge, it's going to take the players some time to be able to get the ball down and figure out how to play the best way in this weather.
Yeah, look, if it looks a little messy, they can be forgiven, I think, early on. Yeah, this is a dramatic weather change right on kickoff.
It's a good delivery into a good area, but well cleared. And a good block second time around. Olympic look to clear.
Well, they're asking for a foul on their own player.
I'm not too sure what happened there, but he certainly got his mate. But it's out for a Olympic throw-in. That rain is really coming down now. The conditions couldn't be more different than they were as the players walked out for this.
I'm not sure I've seen in a long time a team literally cry out for a foul where the player has clattered his own player.
It's derby day. That looks like it's going to be given on the fringe there.
Yeah, they're not going to be wanting to do too many of those today, Miramar. There's plenty of talent, particularly from dead ball, all over the park for both teams, so this is not a good idea.
Yeah, certainly see the intent not to let Henry Sinclair have a strike from there. We know how accurate and deadly he can be from that sort of range. But it has opened up this free kick opportunity where he's going to have another chance to have a strike at this. And it could be some work to do early on for Zach Jones in the Miramar goal.
Is that Rory McEwen over the ball as well? He's got a solid left foot. So they don't line this wall up properly. he'll be there just in case he feels he can get it around the wall, I'd say.
Referee just making sure that the wall takes its correct placement back 10 yards from the ball and not moving forward or lifting the arm out of the range of the body, it appears.
Blowing a gale on an AstroTurf. Step one, how do we get the ball to stay still?
Might need a mate to lay down and put a finger on that.
We're going to get the rugby shot at goal kid to hold the ball, please.
Free kick straight into the wall, and the backup into the wall does its job twice, and they get the ball clear. Looking for a counter-attack, but Juzzy holding his man off. Has to give away a throw-in on the back of it, though. Quick throw-in taken. Miramar getting in behind Olympic here. They've recovered the space well, though. They've closed it down. Didn't really give them an out, and just conceding another throw-in. They'll take that.
Yeah, they collapsed nicely there in an emergency sort of collapse that side off nicely to shut it down quick, didn't they?
Thrown in, it's tight in there, numbers all around the ball, so it's hard to get through. Taylor Shriver's trying to find someone over the top, but just a little wayward and out for a throw-in.
Again, I think this is what you might have to see during this period as they get used to it, Sambo, with the weather, some old-fashioned foot-through-it stuff at times to make sure that, you know, the game isn't decided by mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you referred to earlier, on this surface, on the turf with the winds, it's difficult to make that ball stop. So where you have to go out, you're probably going to see that more into the wide areas, where if you can find a winger, all the better. But if not, you're getting into the right areas and not just giving that back to a goalkeeper for the pressure to come back down on top of you.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, they'll be worried about a mistake being the difference today in conditions like this. And if you do see the odd person just put their foot through it, hard to blame them.
Absolutely. Just a little struggle to see that from behind the dugout there, but Miramar give away a little soft free kick, and this will give Olympic the chance to clear the pressure and get the ball further upfield.
Miramar coach Scott Hales very disappointed, to say the least, with that decision.
Pass clears, but it's straight through from Taylor Shrivers. And one back by Tor. Early days, it looks like it's going to be a busy day for Taylor Shrivers as the main point in that Miramar backline. A lot of deliveries going into him, and he's trying to get the ball driving out. Another throw in for Miramar. That rain is really coming down now. It is so tight in these areas when the ball comes in. They're ready to swarm on these throw-ins. As we said before, a lot of the delivery is going to be going out when they're trying to get out of pressure. So there's going to be numbers committed into these areas at all times, and it's going to take some real quality to get the ball down and play through these areas. But, I mean, Scotty, both these teams are capable of this, right?
Oh, they certainly are. Like, there's an incredible amount of talent on the field for both teams. So you expect that they will start to figure out what is going to work in what areas, and then we'll see a lot more of it as the game pans out. But difficult, really difficult early.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing kind of 1-2-phase football at the moment. Balls coming in and cutting under pressure and going out. Really looking for someone now on one of these sides to put their foot on the ball and open out and seeing if we can get out the other side and find that space to really get creative into. Ball back at Scotty, who will look to clear long into the wide area.
Yeah, you can see even the goalkeeper there not trying to do too much with the clearance. Just getting it into the air and making sure that it goes wide. He didn't even try and put his foot all the way through that.
Absolutely. Here's an opportunity into the box. He's taken himself too wide. Ollie White just a little bit too wide there with that second touch. And just made it impossible to get anything on target. But it's an early scare for Olympic.
Yeah, it's the first little period where they've looked like, you know, something could be on for Miramar. Olympic will have to make some adjustments with those areas that they're getting into there.
Speaking of, there's a bit of a break here. Yeah, Scott Greenfield trying to get him on the ball for the first time.
He's an interesting selection in that we know he's a good player. He's a recent arrival from Batoni, but the talent that's on the bench that he's keeping out suggests they think a lot of this kid, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at the bench and you've got Cunniff on there with 16 goals, you know, there's absolute firepower in and around this side. So it's a strong selection, and I'm sure he'll do well. I know he scored last time out, so he'll be looking to add to that total. Jean-Marie with the ball now. Nice little footwork to get away. Looking for a link-up play now where he's found it with Andy Bevan. Little drive into a wide area. Now this is where they've really got to take their chances and get the ball across and seeing if they can start creating something here on the back of it. This wind and rain is going to cause some really unnerved defending, I think. Really don't want to make a mistake in a pressure situation like this. And these conditions aren't going to help that.
No, there's certainly not. And then we haven't seen a lot of this where, see, even there, he had an opportunity to just recycle that ball and go back to the other centre-back and just was not keen to go backwards at all.
Yeah. So an advantage played here, so it's moving on to McKeown. He's having a look up, but there's not a huge amount to hit in the box, so he's just going to check back and look to recycle, but the ball's been given away. And almost again with the challenge, but Miramar managed to hold on to it into the wide area. Again, looking for that next option, coming inside. Another strong challenge, but that's deemed okay, and McKeown can pick up the ball and come out with it for Olympic. Moreira's picked up the ball. There's a second ball on the pitch. I'm sure he'll want to do that. He's had a strike! He's hit the crossbar from miles out. It didn't look like there was much happening there at all, but he's actually just got a connection from hell onto that one, and it sent it rocketing into the crossbar. Whether the wind or judge the fly a little bit for Scott Basali in goal, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to give him the credit for the strike on that one. World class.
Yeah, would love to tell you a little more about it, Sambo, but I'll be honest, I completely missed it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when we almost lose the technology out of the windy van. All right, Miramar turn over in midfield again. Olympic can come forward, but just struggling to get that link-up play going. Jackie Sinclair tries to win it back, but just gets it nicked off his toe again, but he's in possession now. But again, it's the ball, the defenders getting swarmed around that ball, making it hard to move forward. So they're going to check out, come back through gully.
It's messy, isn't it, from Olympic, Sambo? I feel like it's a product of that period that Miramar had that was strong. It really forced them deep into their own half. So when they're picking up the ball, there's not a lot forward for them to play forward to.
This was, sorry, Scott, it's a little bit given away. Through a goal, can he finish? Oh, it's a good save. He's not happy with the defending in front of him there.
Scotty Bass coming up big with a save here.
But that is a huge save from Harris Zeb. He's come through well, and he's got a good connection on it, looking for that far post, and it looks like it would have snuck in there, but Scotty Bass with an amazing little dive there to put it around the corner and keep Olympic in it early.
Yeah, you kind of have to go a little bit unconventional with Scotty Bass, because I feel like the striker did what he should do there. He went to the side that you should go to there, but that's where Scotty Bass is probably at his best. He's got a decent wee stretch on him, doesn't he, for a fellow who's not the biggest for a keeper. Yeah,
he certainly does. And that's why he's been an ever-present in Team Wellington teams for over the last few years and had his stints overseas. So amazingly, some players are taking off a layer in this weather. We're just waiting for the ball to stand still in the quarter flag. We've lost a dugout. So it's all happening at Wakefield. Saves, dugouts.
And a right challenge for the technical team to keep the van on the ground. Lucky we're in it.
Free kick given from the quarter there, so this will give a chance for Olympic to get out, try to get a bit of composure, and look to build themselves back into this game. So at the moment, certainly Miramar look the most likely. They've had the better field position. The wind's probably making it more difficult for Olympic to get out, but Miramar certainly had the better of the ball, better of the link-ups, got into more dangerous areas, and as we've seen, created a couple of big chances.
Yeah, apart from the free kick for Olympic, we haven't seen a lot from them. They just haven't even really been able to get in and around the attacking area for them.
Yeah, great. Good clearance out, but the header can't stay in field, so it's back out front of the Miramar throw-in.
Do you feel like the wind could be a factor in where the game's being played predominantly? I mean, to be honest, from here, I don't even know what direction it is currently blowing.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, traditionally at Wakefield, it tends to go diagonally a bit, but it does pin you into one area of the park, and it can be difficult to get out of. So when you're going through those stages, it's really important to make sure that you're as resolute as you can be and not give away any silly mistakes going to lead to goals, because you know you're going to get the opportunities when the ball turns around that you can get forward and be dangerous. But it's just about keeping everything safe, especially in these early stages. And I think that's what Wellington Olympic's going through at the moment.
Yeah, and I think if they do weather the storm, to be fair to them with the way the game has panned out so far, if they do weather the storm into a decent breeze, you'd like to think that, you know, moving forward they'll come good. Absolutely.
Nice little 1-2 from there, out of the back into a wide area, back into midfield. Just looking to hold up the play now. Might look to go wide here if he's going to get in trouble. No, he's lost the ball there. He really needs to go wide into that overlapping run. As soon as he decided to check back into the middle, it's got a little bit too condensed.
Yeah, it's probably the only way to break down the back three as well. If you can't split them out and they get to stay nice and compact centrally, they'll be very difficult to break down.
Nice little touch from Giao to get him behind. But again, the ball inside just gets picked up. This is where Olympic have got to be accurate. They pick the ball up. They want to throw in here. But it's that next phase when they pick up the ball in that midfield area, they've got to find an outlet out to feet or look to be able to switch the play where possible to try to get themselves a little bit more time on the ball.
Yeah, because as we said earlier, they have a load of attacking talent in their squad, Wellington Olympic. You look at their bench and the players that they could bring into this game. And then, as we talked about with Jagged Greenfield, but Gianni Bazoukas has obviously scored his fair share of goals and cemented his side and his spot in this side. So he's in good form as well. If they get opportunities, you know, likelihood they'll take him.
Absolutely. Aaron Spain, they're just trying that little clip forward into that space we're talking about, in that wide area to get the ball forward, but just give him run away a little bit into the keeper's hands. Most likely to go long here.
You can see he wasn't keen to kick that ball out of his hands. You can sort of see why.
Absolutely. So Aaron Spain again is looking to come back. It's a dicey ball. It's been won back, and Henry Sinclair gets a strike on target. Just off target. Did it take a touch from the keeper, or was it out for a goal kick?
I think it looks like they're going to say corner here.
Yeah, it looks like it took a touch.
As we see the replay.
It was a good pick up, and it's a good range to strike.
Well, that's worst case scenario for Miramar. Having him pick up balls in these areas, that for any team, this is worst case scenario. Because if he doesn't take that strike on, he's really good at connecting with the strikers and bouncing balls off them as well.
Yeah, and that's the kind of chance that Olympic are going to be trying to take in this first half if they're struggling to get out with this wind and if this keeps up. So he comes in, it's gone out to the back post.
Deliberate.
Good connection, just took too many bodies in there to get through. Nice little backer in behind. Big deflection, and that'll take us out for another corner.
This is a good period for Wellington Olympic, Sambo. They've taken their time to weather that storm, and obviously Basali coming up with a big save. But now they're having their own little period where they're getting some chances.
Yeah, and in a derby match, it's going to be which of these sides takes that chance when they've got that period of dominance, because it's going to ebb and flow. You're going to have minutes when you're under pressure and minutes when you're dominating, and it's who's going to make the best of their chances and really look to hurt the other one.
Interesting hairstyle. What is he doing?
Another one out deep. Good header, couple of headers by Miramar to get it out. It's only going to fall to the edge, but now it's looking to get clear. This looks dangerous.
Great tackle by Justin there.
Justin Gully comes across there.
No. He hasn't left his feet. He's collected plenty of the ball.
Miramar's playing for the throw-in. Is that what they gave?
Yep.
Yeah, gave a throw-in. Great challenge. A lot of noise coming for a free kick, but it was never one there. It was always clean as a whistle in there. It was a great challenge. Again, just goes back into that Miramar back three. Taylor Shriver's just having a look. Waits for the pressure to come and find a little gap to play in between the lines. And out for another throw-in.
Is it Tor Davenport that's come through there, the 8 for Olympic? Not something you often see him do, is get involved in that scrappy stuff. Something he's probably going to have to do a bit more of today than he normally would like to do.
Yeah, Jill with just a wayward ball, with a step out to come and take it. Ball comes back. It's Justin to Matt and then out wide. It's not a bad little area of time now, just to try and keep the hold of the ball for a little while. And the ball's in behind. Jack Sinclair got there first. I don't know if he's going to claim that they kind of got there at the same time and that's why there's no free kick, but I can see why it would have been given.
Yeah, there's definitely contact there. It's just, where on earth is that ball going? That went like a rocket over the outline there. How's he going to get on that?
He might just be really quick.
There's absolutely zero chance. Usain Bolt's not getting on that one.
So he has given the corner, not a free kick. Be interested to see if they go for that long delivery again. Yeah, McKeown pulled out to the back. Got up for the header, but just skewed off the side and now for a goal kick. So these set pieces are looking dangerous for Wellington Olympic. They're getting into some good areas and they're not getting picked up that well. And they're being able to get volleys and headers and little touches on these set pieces. And Miramar's going to be a little bit careful of that.
Yeah, another area where on the field there's plenty of quality in terms of set piece and delivery, particularly. So something that set piece is going to be something that both sides are going to want to avoid because they've both got players within their teams that have very good delivery.
Good clear out from the keeper and a flick on. Am I just looking to move this ball through midfield? There is a runner out wide. And another good save.
That was a beautifully weighted pass out to him there. It's hard to actually pick it up how much of an opportunity that ended up being, wasn't it? But it was a very well weighted pass to create the opportunity there.
Yeah, Harris Ebbers causing all sorts of problems. He's getting into great areas and they're finding him on that angle where he can really just drive in and look to get those strikes across the keeper. Miramar set piece now, floats in the corner. Dylan Wood with a header away. Out for another corner, it looks like. Olympic think it's a throw-in. But he's given the corner. So another dangerous set piece to look after, to make sure they just do it again. Miramar looking for that just yard of space in there to try to turn something home. It's a good delivery.
It's a beautiful delivery.
Well cleared from Olympic for the first phase. Got to make sure they don't give away anything on the second.
He's really putting something on it too. You watch a lot of players try and sort of bend the ball into the box and get a little bit too much flight. He's trying to do a bit of both. He's got plenty of pace on it with some bend as well.
Yeah, Basali going for the throw that time. Probably looking just to take some of the gamble out of a long kick with this breeze. So just looking for the throw, but it's turned out to be a little bit loopy, and that first touch was always going to be hard to control the ball and turning it over second phase. But it's an interesting choice for his distribution now, looking to go still long, but with the throw instead of the kick.
Yeah, I got to say I don't mind it at all. Sambo, I think obviously now what we're seeing out of Scotty Bass, that they're definitely playing into the wind here because he would never do that normally.
Yeah. Zhao's pulled himself out wide here. Look at it link up with play. Little ball in behind. Andy Bevan in behind always makes those darts in that are so hard to pick up. And we just missed that on the video a little bit, but little clip over the top. Looked to threaten the back post slightly, but away to safety for Wellington Olympic. So we've had a good 10 minutes for Miramar to begin with, and there was probably 5 or 6 minutes where Olympic kind of turned the screw a little bit. The last 5 minutes has all been Miramar again. So everything you'd expect out of a local derby, and especially when the league title is riding on this game. And I think we're just going to see this. It's going to be the common theme through the 90 minutes where each team's going to have these little periods of dominance, but no one's been able to take advantage of it yet.
You can certainly see how this first round fixture was a draw.
Yeah, and it was a real battling draw too in that first round with Olympic. They lost. I think Jack Henry Sinclair got sent off relatively early in that game, and they really dug in and probably created the better chances in that match over the course of 90 minutes. But really it was a defensive effort that kept Miramar out to get a valuable point.
That's going to be important from the referee today, the way he diffused that situation nice and calmly. Come on, fellas, settle down. I've given you the free kick. Put it down, play. Let's get the game going again. Because in a local derby and one as big as this one, if it's not handled correctly, it can inflame the situation.
Absolutely. We've seen that a few times.
Hopefully he can maintain that sort of composure throughout the game. It'd be great to see.
Again, another ball into a wide area from the back three. This time there's a little bit of space in there that McKeown could get into, but it's going to be really important that they keep being able to maintain the ball as it goes forward. Get the ball in these areas where they're super dangerous. Great ball little through, good defending to hold them off. by Aaron Spain. It was a nice little ball through, but he just got on the shoulder and could just muscle him out of it a little bit.
That's exactly what we expect to see a lot more of, I guess, as Olympic obviously turn around for the second half as well. They're very good at combining in those areas with their runs beyond, but also that one-touch quick combination play in and around those areas is going to be where they'll hurt them.
Foul by Ben Matter as the ball goes past. Didn't let the striker go. Jamarera goes to grounds.
It won't be the last time in this game that you see that from Ben Matter. He's that sort of player where he doesn't mind a bit of physicality.
Absolutely. Loves taking a penalty though.
Yeah, to be fair, he does it really well, doesn't he, for a centre-back?
Yeah.
He literally plays in the centre-back role in a back three, can come forward and dispatch a penalty no problem. It's not often you see that.
Got to love seeing a centre-back get on the score sheet.
Well, I don't know if I like seeing it, but he's good at it, so I understand why they keep doing it. He's a good player, to be fair. In terms of centre-backs and you know what sets them apart, they're good at winning the ball and doing the things that a centre-back needs to be able to do, but the best ones are also decent in possession.
Yeah.
And he's certainly one of those who, with the ball at his feet, is very, very good as well.
Certainly, and I think the addition with Ben Matter already there, obviously, and bringing Justin Gully alongside Dylan Wood, who's a young player, but he's got a big background already through the college system and over here. It's really built some stability to build these attacking players off, and I think you can see it. This has been probably the most consistent Olympic side that we've seen in a number of years. Yeah,
they're really blessed in that whole back three, I guess, Sambo, is what you're saying. Justy on the right side of Ben Matter and Dylan Wood, they're very similar. Physically, they're all very gifted, but technically, they're just as good.
Short corner taken by Miramar. Looking for the little run around here if he picks it up. Probably delayed that slightly. If it was early, could have got the quick delivery in. Turnover now. Olympic will be looking to break and put pressure on here. But Miramar give away a free kick. So again, another chance to ease the pressure a little bit. Look to move the ball forward.
Yeah, get the ball down the end of the pitch where they look dangerous.
Yeah, no one's really looking like they want a short option. I think Gully's pulling away slightly as one, but the ball goes long. Maintain possession. Jack Henry Sinclair's got it. Looks like there was a foul. That was certainly a foul.
Bazookas is moving his way out of tight area as well, isn't he? He's giving Olympic an outlet when they do get the ball up there. He's not a player I've seen a hell of a lot of. I do know, that he is a very talented player, but he's been very good early in getting them out of tight areas and creating opportunities on the back of it. Yeah, sure. He's picked up 13 goals already this season, so he's certainly a very, very strong part of the side. And when he's working in close proximity to Jack Henry Sinclair and the like up front, it really causes problems because they've both got pace. They can both go at you, but they've got the ability to drop a ball into the other and get it back and really cause yourself a problem at the back. And the last time I saw him, he was express speed. Yeah. In terms of dead pace. I mean, I'm not sure how his game's developed in the time in which I last saw him to now, but he was express speed to go with it. To be fair, Scotty, for us, most people are express speed, but... yeah, I guess so. He's faster than most. I'm certainly not going to take him on in a foot race. Now the dangerous set piece here for Olympic. If they can get the ball to stop. I guess for those watching outside Wellington who don't travel to Wellington often, it'll be hard to describe what this wind is like on this turf. But it is not howling across. Wakefield Park is something else, isn't it? Delivery comes in, it's gone near post. There's Wellington wind and there's Wakefield Park on a bad day wind. Any touch there was going to be dangerous. Gianni's really looking like he's struggling. I mean, fortunately for Olympic, if he can't continue, they do have some firepower on the bench with Cunniffe and Caelan Gould, and Natty Halmiriam can come on here and provide something too. Deeper delivery this time. Strong goalkeeping from Zach Jones. Gets out, gets 2 fists to it. Yeah, they'll want him to run it off, obviously, as well, though, won't they, Sambo? Because he's been effective early. Oh, he's been very effective. Well, it's unfortunate for Miramar. They rate themselves to break out on defensive corners. They keep enough forward to make sure they can pick up the ball and be a threat. So that will annoy Scotty, the Miramar coach. I know him well, and I know those sorts of things will annoy him. Again, kind of one-sided.
from the throw-in, back where it came from. Kind of a clumsy free kick really there given away in the middle of the park.
Yeah, there's been a bit of that from both sides, isn't there? When the other team's attacking, they've left feet in and decided, you know what, worst case scenario, I'm just going to take them down here.
Another ball intercepted. Really trying to get that ball in the deck in the central area where the numbers are going to be difficult for that to happen. You're going to have to be very accurate and have good movement in there, and I just didn't see enough of it that was going to open up that play.
Another Wakefield Park special. You see the other ball from the other field blow onto the field in the middle of the game.
Taylor Shrives drives the ball forward, trying to find Aaron Spain, who looks to go wide as well. It's a nice little touch around the corner from Bevan. Looks to drive. He's going to have to commit someone here. This is going to be a bit of trouble potentially, but Bear Matter defends well. Rolls the ball out for a throw-in, I believe. Or it already gone, so it's a corner.
For all the talk we said about trying to avoid set piece, there's been a ton of it early on.
There has been a lot of set piece.
You got to wonder how long it is till one of these costs someone. It won't be this one.
Deep and long, no one really wanted to have a play at it, and it's just rolled out for a Olympic throw-in. It is a shame that the weather's going to have an impact on this one, particularly in the first half an hour. I mean, I think when everyone thinks of a Olympic Miramar derby, there's always a lot of passion, but just hold that off as the ball comes forward and around the edge with Andy Bevan. Gets it out to João Maria out wide. Overlap coming from George Ackers, if he can get it. No, he's got himself. And the ball's clipped long out for a throw-in. Yeah, so just getting back to my point, the derby games have always been kind of the passion from Olympic and almost the precision of Miramar. And that's kind of how the fixtures have gone. And you have seasons in which one team will kind of dominate the other. Look, we obviously had the 0-0 draw, but Miramar won both last year and Olympic both the year before. So kind of swings and roundabouts in this derby, but it's always an intriguing one to watch. And this will be no different with the league at stake.
Oh, 100%, Sambo. And either way it's going, it doesn't mean any less for the other team, does it?
No, but it's a good turnover here for Jack Henry Sinclair as he drives forward. Looking for that link up out wide, but just missed it slightly, and Aaron Spain can bring it away.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I definitely get what you're saying, and both sides have changed somewhat in the last couple of years. Obviously, Miramar with the Team Wellington connection and that gone now, but they're both just this season have got such quality and technical ability throughout their sides that have really probably changed the way this fixture looks at the moment.
So again, just a ball that's gone out. Miramar's throwing from deep. Good chance for Olympic to put pressure on here and put numbers around it to try to win the ball back. As the ball comes in, that's what you see. There's 4 bodies in there. It's going to be hard to play through. But they do well, but a wayward clearance there, and it's out front of the throw-in.
And actually looking at it, with Team Wellington no longer being around, these have probably been the two sides locally who have benefited the most in terms of just general player talent.
Yeah.
Which Miramar and Olympic have generally had anyway. But in terms of the Team Wellington players who are now playing in the Central League a lot more regularly, these are the two sides that have probably benefited.
Yeah, for sure. So Justin Gully just cuts one out there and starts the Olympic counter-attack. Awkward one for Taylor Shrives when it comes back at your trailing leg. He did a good job just to get enough on it to keep it away from goal, but not going into the path of an Olympic player. So that's gone out for a corner. Another set piece. They've tended to go long, so it'll be interesting to see if this one goes long too, or whether there's going to be a variation where they'll try to drive one at the near post and put pressure on the smaller guys.
There's no one there, and I don't know if someone's coming late, but I'd be surprised if this was a near post corner.
So it is. I think it was meant to go long.
Yeah, certainly meant to go long, but ended up near post. The exact opposite of what I thought would happen.
Again, another kind of aimless clearance, just into a wide area, reset the play, get everyone pushed up. I guess the other important thing to note here is the longer this game goes, a little bit patchy and difficult to play. The point favours Olympic if it goes there. So the longer this stays 0-0, the more gamble and more risk that Miramar's going to have to take to try to get the 3 points in this match. It's not something that would have affected their lead-in to the game because you're always planning to win, but if the game stays this way for a longer period, then they're going to have to start considering it.
Oh, 100%. And I think the longer the game goes this way, whilst Olympic are clearly playing into a strong breeze, the more you'd have to favour the fact that they'll probably have a little more left in the tank. Not to say that Miramar's not going to get opportunities before the game turns around, or when the game does turn around, because they're a good enough side to do that as well.
Olympic just looked to have turned a corner at the back three in terms of getting used to the conditions, and they're starting to play out now. That was a 50-50 one that's gone against Andy Bevan there with the free kick, but from what we saw earlier, it was a lot of long and just trying to clear the danger. Now I think they're getting a little bit more comfortable with it, and we've seen it the last couple of times with both Justin and Ben Matter that they've got the ball at their feet and they're just looking to play out into that first line of midfield. It's going to have to be accurate because the pressure's going to be there, but it's a positive sign that we're getting a bit more football and a bit more play.
Can I just say, are you showing your defending prowess, or you're always going to lean on the side of defender being one, aren't you, with that 50-50 call on that free kick? You collected a lot of leg.
Well, yeah, I've never been a striker, so I wouldn't claim to be one.
Definite free kick. 50-50.
Good clearance there, free header, and then the follow-up's just a hopeful ball into the box and it's gone out. So it's going to be another goal kick. Taking his time.
I'm glad they've managed to settle those dugouts down, mate, because early on I was thinking that's dangerous. They're going to go for a ride.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly not outrunning a dugout, so I think I just have to hope for the best.
I'm still not confident this van's not going to go for a ride, mate.
Taking a while to get this ball back in play, looking like he's going long, even pushing out. Ball's coming through. Good first header from Olympic, but it's going to go out for a throw-in. Akers to take the ball and throw it in. It's gone long. It's a tough one to control and just gets turned over. But the pressure in the corner there, Barnett just can't find Moreira as he goes round.
Akers, it's going to be a tough day to control a short throw, let alone one that far.
Yeah, I think you'd put that in the ambitious bracket.
See the difference there from Juzzy. Throws it straight to him.
Referee just waves it on. Tells Taylor Shriver to get back in his box.
I like that from the ref, though. Now, come on.
I think it's something we saw a lot through the Olympics and through the Euros. Referees just getting to that stage where they're backing themselves and not really wanting to deal with the light stuff. I think it's a good change. Oh, he's kicked clear here. Ollie White. That looked nasty. He looked like he left his feet and his foot was up. The ref's not really too interested.
Here comes the replay, Sambo, and it looked like a bit of a jump in a lunge. Oh, no. Yeah. It's just too high, isn't it? Really, your foot's too high. It's not as bad as what I first thought, but at the end of the day, your foot's too high, man.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think a free kick's the right decision there and move on.
Especially in the derby, eh? In this game, with its magnitude and being the derby that it is, again, what we talked about, we were hoping, is that he didn't sort of inflame situations as best he can. He's pulled people away to have a chat to them. Hopefully he stays on that side of making sure that he pulls things up and he deals with them, but there's no overreactions that will affect the game, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. The ball was there to be won. Overzealous, you'd probably say.
Oh, and an Olympic won't want that happening in the same situation, because you can guarantee that ain't going to be the last time there's one of those. And if it's an Olympic player, they're not going to be wanting an overreaction from the ref in that same situation.
All right, so Justin over the free kick. Looking for an option here. Surprise, surprise. Goes a little bit long.
And the wind does the rest.
It trickles out for a throw. And so they're really going to be looking to box them into this area here and not let them out easily. Any kind of turnover ball in this area of the park is difficult to get down the other side. So you can expect a lot of numbers in here.
14 is Lucas Helikias.
Long and loopy to get it out.
Bazookas.
Oh, dangerous at his feet. Don't know if he left that or whether he just lost it under his feet.
You know, I feel like he lost it. I'm not sure that was an intentional leave per se. But again, through Bazookas up top there, the 10, good things are happening. The more they roll balls into him in those areas, the more they're going to get opportunities.
Soft-headed down, big clearance. And it sounds like a common theme today, but resets with a throw-in.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, that's not something you'd see Tor Davenport, the 6 for Wellington Olympic. It's not something you'd normally see him do in a game.
No.
Just try and do a welly, get out of here, bang.
Yeah, another bouncy throw, hard to control from Bevan. Asking a lot there, really. So what Jake Henry Sinclair's been great at today, and that's just right on the shoulder of his man on his touch and taking it away into dangerous areas. But the ball's all forward. Jamaria's got it. Look for the little step over to get Barnett and wide.
I'm not sure he's made a pass without doing a step over yet.
Is it worth passing if you're not step over him first?
Not sure. Again, not someone who was ever in those areas of the field. I was trying to kick you when you were doing them.
Quickly taken from George Akers. Nice little flip around the corner if they can get in past Justin Gully, but he's pretty strong and pretty good reader of the game in those spaces.
Still seems to have a good set of wheels on him too, does he? Still got good pace about him, does he?
Akers rolls it to Marrero, who's getting really involved in the game at the moment. Good little check back. Great save.
Fantastic save by Scotty Bass. That's the third now. So for all the talk about Wellington Olympic and what they've been able to do into the wind and all that, Miramar have still had 3 very, very good opportunities to score. Very good. And that was a great little bit of play, actually, now, as you look back on that.
Yeah, I think as this half has rolled on, the number of passes in the string has certainly increased. Good passes in behind, trying to get the little flicks around the corner. Good headed clear by Gully. But I just think the quality is just lifting. I think the wind may have dropped slightly and just getting more comfortable with it. But you're right, Basali has 3 excellent saves.
And as we thought earlier on, eventually they'll figure out what to do in what areas a bit more and then make their adaptations, and we should see a bit more, quality in the game, which I think potentially now we're starting to see.
Bevan gets up over Gully and picks it up at the ball again. Clean challenge there. One of these scrappy ones. But Olympic can bring it clear. But again, out for a Miramar throw. 5 minutes till the break. They're really not going to want to concede one late here. Really going to have to make sure that they tighten up. I know Basali will not want to have to make another save like that before the break. But just too casual down the byline. This is a good passage of play and good bit of work to get Bevan in behind. He just can't find the ball back across the 6.
Yeah, you're right. No one's going to want to concede this close to half-time, Sambo, and you can see with any team who comes out in the back 3, you watch the wide players and you can sense how deep the entire team is based on the wide players. I'm looking at the 14 and Lucas Helikias, I think it is, who's on this right side for Olympic, and deeper and deeper as they come under pressure, and you can see them trying to get themselves through to the half here.
Another set piece for Miramar. Floated in centrally. Great header. Was that off his own shoulder, or did that hit an Olympic player on the way out? Yeah, off the Olympic player and out for another corner. Great late arrival by Taylor Shrivers there. Gets a good leap at it. And into Dylan Wood.
Good set of peepers from the officials there.
Was a good spot. Another set piece, another dangerous set piece. To make sure that they're well organised. 42 minutes on the clock. Long, high one there. That one's just going to carry it out.
You can hear the Olympic fans down that end. They love a misplaced corner when you're down that end. I tell you what, in terms of Wellington football, if anybody who's taken a corner down that end will know and understand, it is that much more difficult by the amount of I will just say words coming from the passionate Olympic fans right next to you down there.
They'll be very happy that one just sailed over the top after the danger from the one before. But Basale goes long. Bevan wins the header. Drops to Ali Barnett. Looks to feed to Moreira. Not too sure what happened there. Moreira looked like he was going to take a strike and just didn't make any connection. It fell to Barnett and it just got cleared out.
Either that
Very interesting phase.
Or did he try and flick it up to himself? Or what on earth happened there? A good bit of play by Miramar again as they break out quickly there and get the ball through to him. But with his quality, you expect to see at least a save out of Basale.
Yeah, it was a very quick step from Miramar, and they had themselves man-on-man with the Olympic back three, which made it very risky to kind of step out and make a decision. But another corner comes in, being able to get to the top of the box fairly comfortably, but Olympic turn it over and start to break out on their own. Alakias chases it, but that was Gianni, but didn't commit the foul, so he gets the throw in. Remember, win the ball back in that tight area and look to play down the line, but give the ball away again. Another Olympic throw, getting a minute out from the break now. I can't imagine there'll be too much time added on in this first half. Unless we're just adding up the ball retrieval time, which could be significant.
Could be, but normally when the wind blows the ball off the field here, it's actually done its best to keep it on the field, strangely, down this right side.
So another free kick in a dangerous area. This is a good one for the strong left foot to really tailor into that back post and get the big boys in there for a header. Would be the ideal time for Olympic to score with the pressure they've been under in the last 15 minutes. Oh, a little sneaky one down the right, but a little bit too much on it. It was a good idea if the weight was right. His first touch was driving in towards goal and he was behind all of the Miramar defence, so wasn't a bad option, just a little bit taken away a little bit. It's hard to read on the wet turf.
Yeah, it is, and you can see, as you were alluding to there, Sambo, the idea right again, execution difficult today. Yeah, difficult day to execute. Today's a day about just grit and determination and doing the job for the team. There's X amount of players who don't want to be on a pitch today the way it looked and felt, particularly from the start, and then there's X amount of players who are just going to get on with it and make the best of whatever the situation is.
Bevan licks the ball back off gully, looks to drive in, little ball across, and again Harazeb again, he's a threat out there. Another strike, another save. That one a little bit easier, kind of at the body at his near post. He had it well covered. But they maintain possession and get a corner. Great play from Miramar there where they opened them up. They were very patient, but that last ball was got a little bit wide, so the strike had to go directly at Scott Basale, but he made a good save, but they were able to recycle it and get something out of it. So they'll be really looking to capitalise here at first half injury time. Another central delivery, another good header. And that's half time. So that's taken us to the break. A very, very competitive, if not scrappy in parts, first half. Kind of what we'd expect out of a derby, Scott?
Definitely what we'd expect out of a derby in terms of its tightness and its closeness, competitiveness, but obviously we didn't expect the change in the weather right on kickoff almost. As we were preparing for the game, we were all outside. It's nice enough. It's a lovely old day, and then on kickoff, wind picks up, rain comes in, and then that really affected the execution and ability of the players to carry out the game plan, and that they would have had to have changed the areas in which they were looking to play in almost on kickoff. So I think we saw that play out in front of us there, and we saw that affect the game.
Absolutely. So I guess if you're putting ourselves in the coach's shoes at the break, you've got Wellington Olympic now that's going to turn around with probably, I don't want to call this a helpful wind when they turn around, but it's going to be a little bit easier to play and a little bit easier to get out and get forward. So surely the chat with them is going to be around getting the ball to feet as they started to do and being able to dominate more territory in the Miramar half. But the real question is going to be how Scotty Hales is going to handle this in the Miramar side, because they've got to come out and win this game. And they have to score in the second half. They've obviously created enough in that first half to take the lead, but sitting back, they're going to have to come out with a plan into that wind to create enough chances to put this Olympic side away.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Sambo. They'll have to be the team who looks to push play and come and get this game in the second half. And we'll look to see how they do that. And it'll be interesting to see what he does do to change the game, not only tactically, but who he uses talent-wise to change the game as well.
Yeah, well, he's got Sam Mason-Smith on the bench, right? He's got 14 goals in the bank already. So if you're looking for a goal scorer, there he is. The question mark's going to be around his fitness after coming off in the last game injured. Olympics got goals on the bench too. So it's going to be a very interesting second half. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, me too, because, again, you're spot on. I think that's Sam Mason-Smith not starting suggests he probably isn't 100% fit. Otherwise, he would have started the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they do use him.
Cool. Well, we look forward to coming back for the second half shortly. And welcome back to the second half. The Bull Boys are the first ones out. The Brave Souls dotting themselves around the field with the extra balls, running to go chase it. They look like they've got rugged up with an additional layer at the break, which is probably a good shout from the Olympic crew. Got the coaches out. We're just waiting for the players to come back and join us shortly. We're seeing Miramar at the far side, of course, at Wakefield Park. The away team get changed on the other side, so we can see the beacon, which is Scott Basale in his kit.
Yeah, nice and loud.
No, sorry, Scott will be behind me. I think that's just a guy in a fisherman's outfit.
yeah, I think so. It could be one of the officials. They're also sporting the rather beacon-like apparel today as well.
Correct. No movement out of the Olympic side.
Scotty Hale's obviously got his word across quick. He's back. He's pitch side. I can imagine he did that straight away and then let them sort of mentally prepare to get back out in the cold.
Well, the message would be pretty simple from their side, right? They've just got to dig in and just keep doing the job that they've been doing in that first half. They've created enough. It's just about turning one of those into a goal to really put the pressure on this Olympic side and just try to drag them over the line after 90 minutes and back to the top of the table.
Yeah, as we see Olympic come down, and I don't think the camera angle gives you the full extent of the hill that they have to run down, but I can tell you I've run out from up there before and actually slid down that hill all the way to the bottom on a day very much like today.
Would have paid good money to see that, Scott. I'm not lying. Miramar joined the pitch as well. Just going through their last re-warm-ups. As you can imagine, a 15-minute break whilst we could get a nice beverage.
What else have you noticed, Sambo? Look at the officials.
Oh, officials back to black.
Well done, lads. Well done.
Looking much more officious for the second half. They must mean business, Scott. I'm sure the two teams do as well. Really looking forward to the second half. I thought the first one was a bit stop-start. As we keep banging on about getting used to those conditions, but now that they've had a break and a chance to have a chat about it, they should be rearing to go at the start of the second half. So much to play for. Just to recap, if you've just joined us, a win for Olympic today clinches the Central League title going into the National League in the summer. Miramar needs to win to keep it alive going into the last round, so everything's to play for. And of course, it's the massive Wellington derby between these two. So it's a huge occasion. A lot of people have turned out in poor weather. Hopefully a lot of people are joining us on the stream, and it's great to have everybody here with Cello Sport. With our partner NZ Data, who brought this stream here today, we're so happy to do that. Just try to get this local football shared far and wide. I know there'll be lots of people tuning in around the country and overseas as well. So welcome to everybody. Looking forward to getting the second half underway. I'm sure the players are too. And away we go. So back to Justin for an early touch. Gets his head up, plays short. So really for the second half, Scott, we'll be looking for Olympic to really kind of set themselves up probably another third up the pitch than what we saw in the first half, and it's going to be Miramar's battle to counter that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I spoke to someone unnamed in the Olympic lineup earlier this week, or in the last couple of days, and tactically they were looking to put the pressure on Miramar high up the field, and I think the way the weather panned out in the first half, the second half here we might see actually a bit more of what they tried to prepare for.
Great, Olympic win the ball in midfield and look to get the ball out wide. Nice little ball behind. So Kalen Gould looks like he's come on at half time. A positive change, I think. I'm assuming, just having a chicken scan of the players, I'm assuming it's Jaeger Scott Greenfield who's made way for the break. I mean, I think it's a good move to get Kalen out there. He scored a lot of goals at AP before joining the club, and he's scored a few times since joining Olympic. And he's just going to give that bite and that aggression and that way to goal, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, shout out to the mighty Wainui club who brought him out here originally. I think that connection with one of the assistants for Olympic now. Should we name him or?
No,
we'll leave him unnamed. We might give you a clue later on.
He's on a bus.
But he is involved in the real estate industry. But yeah, you're right. He's aggressive. He's an attacking player, and he's a positive sub. And again, I think turning around and going a little bit with the wind, looking to play the ball with the ball a lot more in that area of the field for Olympic. This is a fantastic sub.
This is a good break for Olympic now. Ball's not going to make it to McKeown because Spain's picked that up and driving forward. Good ball out to Moreira. A little bit of a bouncy touch. Just got away from him. He kind of had to commit one way or the other there to play the overlapping run or to cut inside and drive. I think the defender gave him a decision to drive inside because he took that first half step to the left, which had opened up that space. He just didn't take it. Olympic come through the other way now, looking to rotate through the back. He can be a little bit more patient. I think what we've seen in the first 2.5 minutes is they have got that high field position, so they will be able to maintain position through the back a little bit more, but it's going to be condensed, so they're going to have to be the ones this half to be ruthless with that decision making. Their little small movements in that front third and the accuracy and weight of their pass.
It's Lucas Halakias I can't see yet, unless that's him closest to us here. No, that's Dylan Wood. Yes, Lucas Halakias I can't see returning.
Maybe succumbed to that injury from the first half.
That's right, because that's Jaeger Greenfield out there.
Yes.
On the right now, just come a bit deeper.
Barnett's picked up the ball, looking to drive forward. Again, looking for a link-up play. He's got a man central. Uses him. Harry Zeb. Nice little touch over the top. Deflection off Moreira. A little bit sketchy with the clearance, but they got it away safely. Zeb will get the ball back in for the throw. Try to slide it a bit down the line. Probably a little bit too cute to try that in there. Just walking through. Well left. Cleared away. First scare for Olympic second half.
Yeah, and I think in that Miramar play out there, you spotted where the changes had happened on that side. And Greenfield probably going to take a little bit of time to figure out that deeper position and what that means for who he closes down in the Miramar play out and who he doesn't.
The battle I'm enjoying today so far is the Justin Gully, Andy Bevan.
Yeah, what a great matchup that is. Andy Bevan shown how wily he is. He continues to, season after season, be a player who's always going to create things for his side. Every week in any big game, he's on the team sheet, and there's a reason why. And he's going up against Justy Gully, who we spoke about earlier in the commentary with that physical prowess and that technical ability as well, and lots of experience between the two of them.
So it's not just the referees who've changed kit at half-time. It's Scotty Bass in a striking orange number. So either he's run into something red or he's just changed the kit because it got too wet, or the refs didn't want to clash because that would be embarrassing. But Jake Henry Sinclair drives forward down the touchline. This gets taken off his feet and played out wide.
Scotty Bass is behind the tree for me, so I haven't spotted it.
And free kick given. Can't take it from there, you've got to come back. So taking it back onto the spot. Yeah, I like giving defenders leeway, but that's a free kick.
Oh, it's definitely a free kick if you're on it. I tell you, if you've got there, it's definitely a free kick.
Barnett with the ball out wide. Got three around him. It's a nice little ball to try to slip in for Moreira. It's a good space to get into because the next ball's a cut back, which is very dangerous, but well marked down and well defended by Olympic. Little check inside. Barnett's got it. He's looked busy. Bevan tries to strike, takes a big deflection. Zeb's going to get there before it goes out, unless he lets it run. No, he's picked it up. 2v1 now. Going to get something out of this. Hangs it up to the back post. And that should be one.
I don't know if he knows much about it, but it's irrelevant, really. I mean, he's just in the right place at the right time again, Scotty Bass. But you're right, that's got to go in. That's not too far out. It's a fantastic ball in. If you get something on that, that's got to go in.
It's a great delivery. It's hung up. It's taken everybody out. He's got a good position. Probably a little bit off balance from the challenge of Mata, but he got there and got the head to it. If it goes down, it's in. It's a good save. Great save. That's 4 now for Scotty Bass. It's the hopeful drive in from halfway, and the ball's over the top. Caelan Gould's going to get there first. He's going to draw his man in. Oh, he tried to slip. I thought he might have got himself around Dewar there.
Yeah, and when we saw him play for Wainui, he was so much more aggressive in that situation. Oh my gosh, as we see a little bit of love handle.
Here's your first spark point of the night.
Sam Dewar?
Sam Dewar loves it.
Dewar and McEwen getting caught up in the moment there, giving each other a little bit of a love tap. But yeah, coming back to Colin Gould, when he was at Wainui and he was the focal point of their attack, he picked up balls like that and he was just aggressive on the dribble.
Free kick given, Miramar not happy.
But at Olympic, he's picking up that same ball and he looks to combine early. And I don't think it suits him. I think he needs to be aggressive in that situation, try and get out the defender and commit another one before he opens up somebody else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he got himself in a great position, and I think that's the threat that Olympic is going to carry with him leading the line in the second half. And I think if he pinned his ears back, dropped a shoulder on Dewar there, I think he's got him for pace, and I think he's in a good area to have a strike. So,
well, put it this way, no defender likes running backwards. They're not as good as the attackers at running forwards, let alone backwards.
Correct. Moreira is now taking advice of the referee about where this free kick should be taken, but it's hanging deep. Got up there, but never really looked that comfortable with it, and off the top of the head, it out for a goal kick. So the first 7 minutes, we're kind of following the same theme from the first. Both teams having their chances, but no one's really having a sustained period.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Sambo. It looks like I'm watching the same game, obviously switched around, but, in the same areas of the field as the first half when we kicked off.
Is that Jones to get it in? Like he's going to go long.
The wind just died on impact there. He's kicked it an absolute mile.
Nice flick on, but not going to find his feet. Ooh, almost caught in possession. And I think you can see that you don't want to go back to the goalkeeper in this area. Jackie Sinclair plays it on. Good strike, good save. Played the advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately he can't come back for that now on the back of allowing the ball to drop to the attacker and calling advantage and then them getting a strike away at goal, which is saved. You can't come back for that.
No. It was a good strike from Lucas Alakese. It was kind of at the keeper, a little bit down. You should be saving these. And he does a good job just to hold on to it, not let it parry it out. There is a bit of an injury break now.
Again, it's Bazookas when they find his feet in areas in and around the penalty area or just outside centrally, he attracts attention. And good things come when they get it into him. He attracts some attention. Good things come on the back of it. Although it's not him that was fouled. No,
it was Jack Kerry Sinclair that picked up that was fouled and picked up the injury. So he looks okay. He's just trotting off to the sideline, putting his gloves back on.
Formerly of Miramar, too, Jack Henry Sinclair.
Yeah, well, there's a few in that boat out there.
Oh, Justin Gully.
Yeah, Natty sitting on the bench.
Not something you used to see very much of in terms of interchanging between the two clubs of players.
Yeah,
something that's more recent, I guess.
Yeah, more recent around the Team Wellington link, I think, kind of encouraged that a little bit more.
Basali as well, I guess.
Taken off Henry Sinclair's toes. And it's a drive around by Ollie White. He's got the ball at his feet, look forward. It's a little bit untidy to come back. Have to reset, but it's going to give Olympic a chance to get their stall set up well, and they've done that, and can easily watch the ball go out for a goal kick.
Just got a bit of a seesaw battle here, haven't we? Periods of play that are down one end of the field, and we go down the other field for a little period of time, and it's just who can create an opportunity when they do get down that end for long enough.
Yeah, a goal either way in this game is going to change it dramatically, right? As we watch it now, it's still kind of keeping each other at arm's length, having a little jab every now and then with a chance. Miramar's probably landed the better shots, but really it's going to be that big one that's going to change the game and how both teams address it. Getting a little bit scrappy. It's always going to be scrappy when it's up in the air. But ball's out for another throw-in.
You can see Gianni Bazookas looking to go to the ball here again as he receives it there. He's doing a lot of the drop-in play and allowing Kylan Gould to stay really high.
Yeah, and that just points to his directness. Bevan pulls it away again. Looks for Barnett. Gets it back to Bevan. This is where he's dangerous.
Yeah,
when he gets on that dart and behind.
Here, isn't he? Once he gets in behind you and he holds the ball up nicely, he's nice and composed, lets you make the decisions that he reacts to, which is nice.
Kylan Gould come back to do the defensive work, but can't stop it. Left Bevan in space. He's tried to play a ball through, but you're not getting around Justin Gully like that. Gave him too much of a lead, too much of a head start. He's going to get his body shape right, and he's pretty strong.
I think that was just something Andy Bevan probably thought that Justy wasn't expecting, was a quick roll ball in behind, but he's, again, physically, he's so gifted. He can track that down and use his body to protect pretty much anything that's near him.
Aaron Spain's header just skews off centrally a little bit. Ball's gone out wide. Henry Sinclair to pick it up. Nice little back heel in behind. Dylan Wood with a delivery across. Can't get anything on the end of it. 50-50 for the header, and then it dropped to near Kelly Gould, but he was never going to be able to get anything on that. And just scooped out and wide. Ollie White continues to carry the ball. We're looking to commit the defender, cut inside, get a strike away. Good effort, good attitude, right intention. If the players are going to stand off you and then follow you back, then by all means, take that cut in and have a strike.
Yeah, he was on the right angle for this too. He comes inside onto what's probably his favoured right foot, and he's on that angle where if you get it right, you get your foot around it enough, you know, you can threaten that side of the goal pretty comfortably. Yeah, I was interested to see, you know, only a couple of plays ago, Miramar allowed Olympic to play a short pass and then get out, which I felt was interesting. I'd like to see them come higher up the field. As we see a little bit of a high foot there that catches them a little too high, but as you talked about, the other ones who need to win the game, and I don't really want to see them from their perspective allowing even a pass out. You want to have Olympic have to kick the ball long. They don't particularly have the players up top that are really, really good or dominant in the air. Not that they're not good in the air, but it's not their style of play per se.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see as we approach the hour mark. You know, traditionally this is kind of the first opportunity for coaches to look and really impact a game with a decent time to go. So it'll be interesting to see who gets up and who starts jogging. And I'm thinking in particular Sam Mason-Smith sitting on the bench for Miramar. How fit is he? Obviously it's a game you don't want to miss, and he's missed out with that injury. So let's see if he can come on and influence this game with maybe not half an hour, but certainly with 15-20 to go if they're chasing goals. We'll see if he's got it in him.
And they're clearly going to have to weigh up the risk, because it's going to be a risk. He would have started the game if there was no risk, if he was 100% fit. So if they do bring him in, it'll be their worst nightmare that they bring him in and he does an injury worse. So they're on the tightrope, I guess, with Sam Mason-Smith there. He's the obvious choice, but, you know, is it a risk to bring him in?
Yeah. Nice feet for Tor there to open the ball out and play it out wide. They've got the overlapping run. Who's going to pick it up? Can he get a good, decent delivery across? It's blocked out.
Last two play-outs, Sambo, we've seen the Olympics right and left centre-back get involved high up the field, which is really interesting. We didn't see that at all in the first half. We saw Dylan Wood first get a delivery in from that side, and then Justin Gully join on the other side in the next play-out.
Yeah, and I think that's a sign of what we kind of spoke about coming into this half. Great strike, good save. Haven't cleared it. They hook it away. They're asking for handball.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to get it.
Yeah, no, that'd be a tough one to give, wouldn't it?
Goal. There's the directness. Good strike from the corner of the box. Not held.
That's what I like from Colin Gould was when he's aggressive and he's confident. He gets the ball and he wants to make something happen for himself a lot.
Yeah, that was good. Ball to the back post. Half cleared. Drops to the edge. Cleared away again. Hoisted into the box. Or just wide of the box. Oh, I think he's asking for that.
He's not bought it, has he?
He's bought it.
Come on, referee. He's been, to be fair to him, he's had a very good game in this derby so far. But, mate, I'd love to see the replay, Sambo. Talk us through this one, mate.
Here we go. So the ball's just hooked up just outside the box. Now he turns his back. Ball rolls across him.
He's salmon. He's done the salmon. He's let the feet go out the back and done a little salmon.
He sold enough to get it, and it's right on the corner of the box. Right on the corner.
I'm hoping that the referee get to look at this stream later on. Look at that one.
Stream's ironic considering it was the salmon dive. So is he going to whip this, or is he going to try for that little area in the top corner just beyond over Bevan's shoulder?
I think he'll be.
That would be the brave option.
Yeah, delivery.
Good ball in. Well cleared. And Zeb can get this out. Tried to drive it. Didn't really have anyone to link to, and he didn't feel comfortable just putting it away, which you got to back the youngster. Ball into the wide area again. Looking to recycle. It's a tight one.
It was late. That was really late.
Got a feel for the defender there slightly. The ball was under hit, and it turned that into a 50-50, and he gets there first to get the ball in, and you've just mistimed it, but...
Yeah, no, you do. You've got to feel sorry for him. I mean, I do too. No, to be fair, I understand what you're saying. There wasn't a lot in that, but to be fair, like, if you go for the ball, you don't get it, and you're late, you know, you're putting the other player at risk, and I don't... Personally, I'm not going to go with yellow card here, but as the ref has, but I understand what you're saying.
But it just leads to another set-piece opportunity. Another dangerous area. Good in-swinging opportunity with the left foot. Tended to go deep all day. It's Henry Sinclair that takes it with the right. Well cleared. It was quite central. They've gone deep for most of their deliveries.
Yeah, a little bit different, that one.
Called that a goal kick. I like the addition of Gould. I think Gould's made a difference in this half. I think they are higher up the park in general, but I think Gould has added something in this half. That directness and...
Beyond threat as well. You know what that's like for a centre-back, to have someone running beyond you. You know, you, as a centre-back, I guess you want to get involved in the play, break up play as much as you can and get going forward, get your team going forward. But when someone's running beyond you a little bit more and they're tough to catch, you know, it plays on your mind as to how much and how aggressively you are going to be coming forward.
Dylan Webb with a good step forward. Picks up the ball. Due as a judge to a foul coming through the back of McKeown. But they all seem to be getting on okay.
There was at least a little bit of contact with that one, to be fair. There was a little bit of contact.
There was a bit of contact with that one.
Yeah, it's another sell job, I'll be honest.
Can you leave the centre-back to hit this? No, he just plays it short. You're looking to roll that one across pretty quickly. Gully to step out and overlap him. Tor lays it back. Not bad movement in little tight areas here. He's going to have to look for a way out or to get something out of this. A corner perhaps. Good defending. That's Sam Drew over there. He's done well to get it out and bring the ball out and then get the free kick. That's good defending from Miramar. Nice and composed in that corner. Could have easily given away a corner there.
He'll give you that all day long, Sam Dewar. You know, he's one who's he doesn't shy away from challenge either, but he's also got a good enough engine and a good enough drive to come back and help you as much as he can and keep you safe.
Yeah, great job there. Aaron Spain just waltzes through the middle of the park.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more of that from him. He's got that in him, doesn't he?
Certainly does. Akers with a little clip down the line. Gully tries to play it off him for a throw-in, but it stays in the field of play. But they crowd the numbers around again and get the ball out. Akers has gone down injured. I think he may have got back to his feet. No, ref's going over just to check on him.
This will be interesting. Jack Henry Sinclair's kicked it out. What do they do now, though? Did you, if you're Miramar, are you like, yeah, he definitely meant to kick that out, so I'm going to throw it back to you? Or are you like, nah, this is the derby, I'm not sure, so we're just going to throw it and keep playing?
Well, that's a very good question. I don't know what I'd do if I was in that position.
No, I know what you'd do. You're not throwing this back to the other team for sure. But if you're Miramar here, this will be interesting.
I think I'll throw it back to them, Scott, if we're taking wages on this as we wait for this play to restart.
I got $1.80 throwing it to themselves. $2.20 throwing it back.
I think they're throwing it back. I think they'll take the high road.
Not that I get involved in gambling or could give odds on the spot or anything, but if I was to try and just attempt it, that'd be the odds.
Yes, he's gone off for a bit of treatment. Doesn't look the best. And there seems to be a little bit of action on the bench, but he's gone off to the far side, so you think he might be all right.
Was that Devonport?
Yeah.
Geez, that'd be an old one for them to.
Oh, there you go,
change.
Scotty. Kept possession. But he's giving it straight back.
$1.80. It's good money.
So Gully will get us restarted with a throw-in. A little bit of movement. So it looks like Natty's come on. So Natty Fator, I imagine, after that injury.
Yeah, whilst I've been impressed with Tor's, the way he changed his game to do what he needed to do, particularly early on in the game, he hasn't imposed himself technically on the game as he normally would like to do. So I understand, not only an injury change, but potentially what they'd look to do here anyway.
So it'll be interesting to see how Natty takes that deeper lying role. He's certainly very creative and powerful coming forward. He's just going to have to give that little bit of protection coming the other way. And that'll be his test when he gets out there, but he's a great player and can influence this game positively. Do you want to look to get this ball going quickly and get the game restarted? Play a safe option across the back. Aaron Spain with it at his feet. Again, that little clip down the line. He found a bit of space. He's got it to Zeb. Keeps it for Jua. The White drives. Letting him drive all the way in.
As we see Natty just running alongside him, attempting to get something on him.
Natty wins that one and plays the ball out.
That's what Natty will give you. If he does get the ball, he is accurate on the play out. That's what they will get from this change, is maybe a little more accuracy, a little more positivity in possession of the ball. But they may lose a little bit of physicality in that, deep down the end of the field.
Yeah, his range of passing is great. He's very accurate in the short range, but when he needs to, he can put his foot through it and clip a longer, accurate diag to get out. So he is a very good person to have in one of those deeper roles. Another change coming. Sam Mason-Smith makes his entrance.
Well, we talked about it, Sambo, and we wondered whether he was fit enough to take part in this game. Here's your answer.
20 minutes to go. Plenty of time to impact this game. Really the danger man of this outfit. Can give you that threat behind, can drop in, link up play, and then disappear to a really, really dangerous area, almost unseen. We've seen plenty of goals through the years at this level and National League level have been doing that. So let's see what kind of impact he can have here. But Olympic have turned the ball over. Keon moving forward, looks to clip it wide. He's going to take some effort to bring that down, which Gould does well. And chipped him, and he's got it in there! Unbelievable strike! Caelan Gould, take a bow.
Wow, we talked about how he could potentially change the game, Sambo, and not only the finish, but the way he took the ball down straight to his feet, knew exactly what he wanted to do next, didn't he?
It was a difficult ball. I mean, I said live, it was a hopeful one to kind of loop it over the top, and it was going to be difficult, but to bring it down and then clip it like that with your next touch, great strike, wonderful strike.
Yeah, we thought for sure on today as we see the replay, that first touch sets up an immaculate finish from Caelan Gould. He really, really did everything he needed to do with that first touch to set up what he wanted to do next, and the execution of this is special.
Wonderful strike. And as we were saying before, the goal changes the game here. Miramar have now got 20 minutes to come back and get two to keep this season alive. Olympic now on the front foot. They've really got to drive home this advantage now and really take the sting out of this game. But wonderful strike, well worth the occasion. And what an enthralling 19 minutes plus stoppages we're going to have from this point. Jewel rolls it out wide. Aaron Spain's going to have to get a little bit more involved, a little bit higher up the park. Tries to slip it through, but gets cleared away for a throw-in.
Based on what we've seen, Sambo, Miramar will still back themselves. I mean, they created plenty of opportunities. We talked about how many saves Scott Basali had made prior to that goal going in. They're going to get chances based on that. They've got to back themselves that they will get the opportunities, and if they have the quality in their side that we just saw there, anything could happen. Absolutely.
I think the key for Olympic here is that you don't just go into self-protection mode at this point, right? There's still plenty of time to go, and Miramar are a good team, and if you just sit out around the 18-yard box, you're going to invite more trouble than you can handle. So I think they've got the upper hand. They've got the dominance in this half. I think they've got to keep going on that front foot and press it home.
Yeah, 2-0 wins this game, in my opinion, from this time mark here that we're at. the mindset of the players to score another one to win the game is where I'd be trying to land. But be interesting to see the way they approach it now.
Henry Sinclair gets it out of defence and drives another ball over the top to Gould. Picks the ball up, drives inside. He's got the overlap right if he needs it. He's full of confidence, so he's gone for it from there. But after you've scored the first one, why wouldn't you try it for the second?
That's the Caelan Gould we know. The one who gets the ball, picks it up, gets on the dribble. It beats at least a player, starts to draw more around him before he makes his next move.
Yeah, a little bit off balance for the strike, but hey, look, you let him strike it from there when he's in this kind of form, right? That kind of confidence. Spain to get the ball in for the throw-in. Looking for Moreira, but he gets rolled a little bit. Well taken out from the defender. Natty's gone for the little clip over the top. Oh, this is becoming a theme now, isn't it? They know Gould's a threat. They know he's causing them problems. We've seen 3 or 4 in the last couple of minutes gone over the top looking for him.
Yeah, I think they potentially need to get a more experienced defender over that side if he's going to keep pulling out over there. Maybe Shrivers. I mean, I'm sure they won't probably want to change things too much, but, you know, he's probably more capable of dealing with someone of that quality.
Yeah, the step out from Mitchell, just too much on Jack Henry Sinclair, so free kick on halfway. Bench is getting a little bit carried away.
Wow, not surprised. To be honest, I am surprised. I'm surprised it's the first time in the 75th minute that we've noticed the bench is getting carried away.
Delivery into the quarter. Cleared by Spain. Didn't get great distance on the header, so it's a fairly attacking position for a throw-in. Although we haven't seen too much positive play come from throw-ins today, if we're being honest.
No.
Good ball back to him. Looks for the delivery. Limited targets in there, though. You only got Gould at the back post, and he's probably got some hop, but he's not the biggest man.
You see the way Justy recovers there. Justy Gully recovers inside, invites you to roll the ball wide so he can physically get out there, use his speed to create a challenge.
Great step out, wins the ball back. This is where they've got to be accurate, win the ball, get it, and find feet, relieve the pressure, get back on the front foot. Spain's got it, drives forward, keeps the drive going, does find Zeb out wide. But again, look at the numbers, good numbers around it.
And that's Bazookas back there. Gianni Bazookas back there getting in. I've been impressed with his work rate. We talked about how tidy he'd been in the first half and you know, he'd been fairly creative. But to see him back there now doing what needs to be done to help keep them safe as well, it's impressive.
Yeah, so another change for Miramar. Sam Dewar's left the field and Hugo Delhamel has come on. So another recent pickup from Wairarapa. Been an excellent player for them over the last couple of years, and good to see him in a Miramar shirt, and will be good to see him through the summer. Back to Spain. Very tight. Zeb will get the ball out. Natty to clear. This is where they just got to use Gould as the drive and get everybody up around him now. Set that defensive line nice and high. Mitchell keeps it in. Back into Hugo. Bit of a bouncy touch. Got the flick on, but that's safely through to Basale.
Hardly a pass back, Scotty Bass. Expect him to pick that up normally.
Scotty, do you think you're seeing an attitude change around the teams after the first goal?
I haven't seen what I probably expected out of Miramar. I mean, we did probably talk about them not panicking, and I guess we have seen that, but I expect to see them get more and more aggressive as the game goes on. But what I've been surprised by is how aggressive Olympic have been with their changes. Seeing Jared Cunniff come off the bench now, another goal scorer, but bringing on Caelan Gould as well and Natty, all technically gifted, attacking-minded players, whilst up 1-0.
Yeah. And I think that just shows the intent, right? They want to win this game, put it to bed. Gould just can't hold his man off. It's a good fight, though. And you can hear the roar coming off the back It is getting louder and louder down there.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's the area of the field that Miramar don't want to be anywhere near.
Miramar win the ball back. Calls for a few fouls, but nothing given. Miramar picks it up. He needs to link up. He's been involved today. He's got plenty of touches. But if there's a criticism there, he's just taking too long to make that decision on what he's doing when he gets the ball down.
That's his style. He's really relaxed. He's really composed. But you're right. I think he needs to read the moment a little bit, meet the balance between being composed and not giving the ball away or putting it at risk, and being creative and getting something going quickly.
So Akers will get us restarted. Oh, great little flick in there for Bevan. They're asking for a flag, and it's been delivered.
That must have been tight, though.
It looked tight. Let's check it out here. It's a great little touch to get him in.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because we can't see Dylan Wood in the replay, but
this is a lovely little touch from Mason Smith, and that's what he's going to bring. Him and Andy Bevan together as that combo are just danger.
Oh, 100%. And it'll be something that obviously Miramar ideally would have started with if they could.
Yeah, so we're good as that direct option and we'll drive. Cunnif's not really that. Cunniff is a link man and gets a feet, almost in a false nine kind of mold. But when he gets it to his feet, he's super creative. He's got his patented washing machine little shuffle as he gets into the area. No one seems to be able to read it, even though it's just on repeat most of the time. But he scored 16 goals this year. 16 goals, all at Wairarapa before the move. But we know the quality he's got. Gould, he's got away from his marker.
Is it a save or is it the post? It's a save.
I think it's a save. I don't really know how he got there.
Yeah, probably going wide. Oh, yeah, going wide anyway, but to be safe, fair enough. But yeah, you're right with him. He's a different type of play. He's right tricky as Jared Cunniff. The Cunny shuffle you're referring to is certainly done fairly often. But what I'm impressed with him is how many goals he's involved in, whether he scores them or creates them.
Yeah, great player to have in the group and a wonderful player to bring off the bench at this point. Another good delivery. No one there for Olympic. Easy clearance from Miramar. Asking for a hand, but that would be on the next level of harsh.
Oh.
Yeah, I was waiting for the free kick there.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it was aggressive from Bevan through the back. I was waiting for the free kick. I didn't think it was going to come for a second.
Yeah, he's handled the game really well today. We've spoken about that plenty of times, but he was probably slow to the whistle there, which confused people a little bit as to whether he'd give a free kick. And probably the first time we've seen that from him.
Olympic, as you can imagine, taking their time and being very deliberate on these set pieces. Probably more so around time management now as we get into the last 9 minutes of this game, plus stoppages, of course. And again, it's really just substitutions. Hasn't been too many injuries to note. Well,
yeah, he's on the angle of the wind, to be fair, northwesterly.
Interesting choice of option from the free kick.
Yeah, kick it out.
Bevan's done well. Shows his strength again in there and his quality to get through the physical challenge and then flick it through the gate to be able to pick up the ball right.
How deep is he now there? That's really deep for him to be trying to help him get out, I guess. Got to do what you got to do, but that's not a good sign for them.
We're on the move. He's got to try to link in here. He gets bailed out a little bit there by picking up the free kick.
Yeah, but that's what he brings in terms of the way he keeps the ball at his feet, and he is quite composed, and he has it for so long. He invites contact. I agree with you, but I suppose he's worth it.
Seems like the crowd is coming out from somewhere. There seems to be more and more people gathering around fences and on the embankment. Delivery comes in, doesn't clear the first man.
Yeah, well, as football finishes around the area, some people will make their way here for this one, I guess.
Big delivery hung up, and Basali, safe as houses under those.
Dylan Wood, arms up. Not me, bud. You're coming for this one, Scotty.
We'll roll it out and knock it down there.
Decent nudge that. And
Great nudge.
We didn't see that in the first half from the Phantom Man.
Cardiff can't quite get there to keep it in. So back to a goal kick. So Olympic getting a toe on it to keep it out. Mason Smith on the ball. Rolls it back to Hugo. Looking to get the roll out now and come out this side. Aaron Spain to drive it. You can probably take a few more yards before linking up. Finds Mason Smith, who tries to flick it on, but it gets broken out and then scrappily away. We're really falling into that scrappy kind of last 6 or 7 minutes that you'll probably see from Olympic, where if they can get some sustained position, it'll be great, but really they're about stopping and going at the moment. They just don't want to feel the pressure. They don't want to get it out.
Yeah, 100%. You're starting to see as time ticks on, Olympics maybe 2-0 wins the game mentality slowly changes. There's less time to play, and that'll affect the game as well. If it becomes scrappy, they'll do their part to slow things down a little bit more, and that'll add to the scrappiness. That'll probably frustrate Miramar further as they have to push harder, and the scrappiness continues.
Yeah, the advantage they've got, of course, is Miramar push, and they've got the direct threat. They only need one ball to cause that problem. Everyone else can kind of sit in and take the defensive responsibility. But Bevan gets out of trouble again. Another scrap in midfield involving Gould. And he's just going to drive them now. And Spain comes over to clean that up.
He's literally single-handedly just, I'll take the game up there for us.
Yeah, he's just given them 30 yards in 30 seconds.
Yeah, they'll look back on the way that this game's panned out to this moment and look to that substitution and think the period that came after that was an important one in the game so far, wasn't it?
It was. And it was a big decision too from Martin at the break. I don't know whether it was injury related or just tactically related, but I think the timing of it just gave him more time to influence this game, and I think it was obviously the right decision.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it was purposeful either, Sambo, but it's probably worked out in their favour that into the wind in that first half, they didn't have the attacking type players of Colin Gould. He wasn't doing all that work into the wind in the first half. He's come on fresh as anything, whilst the conditions are a little better for him.
Asking for a foul and getting it, I think. The referee's coming over to have a chat.
Yeah, he will be, and apologies if you can hear any of the, let's name him, Matt College words coming through the microphone that's obviously close to the ground, but he's a passionate wee man. You're not going to be able to spot him. He's not the biggest, but he loves the game, and that's where that comes from him.
So Miramar looking to make one last change. Mikhail Bredevelt looks to be coming on. So Mikhail, another striker, another attacker. Lipper coming forward, strike, over. Good attitude though. Good attitude to drive forward and have that strike. So Mikhail joins. Winger, pacey, powerful. If he gets the opportunity to cut in and whip one, it's a dangerous strike. So they're just looking to hold him up. He probably won't offer too much, but won't be given too much responsibility to come back and defend, because they're looking to close out these 2 goals in less than 4 minutes to get themselves back into this title hunt. But a slip at the back. Caelan Gould gets through. He's got Taylor Shriver's on him, and we're looking to get something here. Some time in a corner preferably. He gets neither.
And that's the matchup I thought Miramar should have moved to a little earlier. Shriver's getting out on Caelan Gould and taking that matchup on. Interesting to see the battle between them two there that we may not see as much with the position that Shriver's has taken up.
So they're trying to move it out. Ooh. Good challenge. Want it back. Cardiff looked as though he got taken late. Ref doesn't want to hear much of it.
What's he doing? What's he giving?
He's giving a corner.
He's gone corner. Okay. Not sure that was an option based on what we saw, but Olympic won't be worried. They were after a free kick. They got a corner.
Yeah, the ref's obviously has seen a touch on the ball, which gives a corner, right? If he doesn't get that touch, it's a free kick. So it's got to be one or the other. So decision made.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually a good point you make there. Whenever there's a challenge, someone goes for the ball. If they don't get it, it's free kick. You do get it, should be our ball.
The bank has gone eerily silent. Wishing this one to go in and make it 2.
There's a view of the bank there.
Good delivery.
Now you get a wee sneak peek of what I was talking about in the first half. You know, this is an Olympic attacking corner from that end, and that's great. But if you're an away team taking or being anywhere near that end of the field, whoa, gives you the jitters, let me tell you.
Might want to hit this one a little longer. The last couple have gone short, but it's only really been one Olympic player there. They go very short and don't clear the first man. But Gould again gives you that aggressiveness. Not a good challenge there from Moreira. Picks up a yellow card. We're keen to see the replay on that one. He seems to be holding relatively high up his leg. If we have a look here, he comes from a long way out to make this challenge. Free kick and yellow card.
Yeah,
probably fair enough. A little bit unsighted there.
I think the referee's done another good job just to deal with it quickly and accurately, based on what he saw. I don't think he appreciated the force. I mean, there's not a hell of a lot in it, but he doesn't need to go that hard at him,
Yeah, Moreira's clearly unhappy with the call. But, he's got a job to do the other end of the park. He's going to have to get this head right, win this free kick, win the head up, and get back up the other end. Delivery more back stick. No one really in there. They're not really going to commit numbers into the box at this point, right? We're at a minute to go in regulation time. They're not going to commit the numbers. They're more about protecting the lead at this point. Cardiff will buzz around this back 3 as long as he needs to put pressure on. Dylan Wood with the header, but it's fallen to Mason Smith. Back to Moreira. Cross the box, but it's going to go comfortably through to Basale.
And that back three's had a very, very good second half, haven't they? I mean, Miramar have still troubled them at times, but that back 3 for Olympic have been strong the second half. They've been really well organised. They've stayed close together. And Miramar really haven't taken up as much of the wide areas. Yeah, I think he accepts that. He got a little bit of leg before he got ball there.
Yeah, very little late sneaky run. Yeah, he gets more leg than ball.
Yeah, he knows.
Given a lot of freedom on the side of the pitch there. Just going to control those central areas, aren't they? Given the wide space again. Just believing in the numbers in the box. And they deal with that well. And Henry Sinclair finds a bit of distance.
They're literally just sticking to Mason Smith in the central area like glue.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the guy who gets the equaliser here.
Yep, and if they can solidly execute that plan for the next however minutes it's going to be added on by the officials, then they're going to win it, and they're going to be Central League champions for 2021. Ball in behind. This is the last bit they're going to have to deal with. Gully to hook it clear. Did he get enough of it before it went out?
No.
No, he's given a corner.
He'll be disappointed with that, Justy.
He will. Miramar don't need to rush this. They've got to get numbers in there, and they're going to make it quality. You go with the delivery. Flicked over. Out for a goal kick. And the Olympic fans on the back can breathe.
Look, they're starting to build, aren't they? They're coming from everywhere as they start to build towards the end of the fixture. They'll start to head inside soon, I'm sure, but they're starting to gather down on the sideline there to get their celebration done. I'm not sure what that'll look like, but, in a derby, it could look like anything.
Sally taking his time to get this ball in. 92 minutes gone on the clock. After the 93rd, there'll start to be eyes on the referee. Start to be whistles and start to hear the coaching staff encourage the blowing of that whistle.
Unlike you to want to talk about the officials too much, Sambo?
Gould's feet, tries to get it roll around the corner, just doesn't find the pass. Longer delivery, Mason Smith a little touchdown to Moreira. Dylan Wood with a step out. Ref says clean, got the ball. We'll get the ball forward. Spain's picked it up. Got mixed up a little bit with Bredevelt. A lot of pressure on the goalkeeper, and he does his best just to get it out. Spain can't keep it in, so it is out for a throw-in, and time is just ebbing away.
The referee's
93 minutes
not
gone.
At all impressed with what he feels Jack Henry Sinclair's up to here around a little bit of time-wasting tactics. But if you're in the lead, you're going to try pretty much anything to close this game out. Is it cheating or is it game management?
Back to Gould. Yep, be looking to keep it in there. Offside.
Where's he meant to go there?
Interesting decision. I mean,
it's not, the ball's still rolling. He's not going to be able to take that free kick legally.
Ball's come forward. Last little tetchy few minutes. Natty just clears it into the defender. Out for a throw-in. We can breathe. Everyone can take a breath, relax.
Yeah, Jamie's like, it's not yours, so don't come and get it. Jamie O'Connor, he's claiming, there's nothing to that, but good on you, Jamie. Help the boys close it out any way you can, bud.
Miramar, they just can't get any possession down the right end of the park in the last few minutes. And that's it. That's full time. It finishes 1-0 to an absolute wonder goal from Caelan Gould.
And we told you they were building, Sambo, and here they come.
Here they come. So with that result, Wellington Olympic clinched the Central League for 2021. And we'll head into the Summer League for the full National League as Central League champions. Well done to Olympic. Hard luck for Miramar. It's been a great season. Both of them really showing just a huge amount of football ability and consistency, only losing one game each heading into this. But this is all about Wellington Olympic today. All about soaking up the atmosphere.
Oh, fantastic sight, isn't it? When you see how much it means to so many people within this club. As the full-time whistle went, a lot of them just let that out. It's great to see. At the end of the day, that's what makes them who they are here. That real passion they have for the game, the Greek community, and behind their club. Beautiful scenes. Congratulations, Wellington Olympic.
It's a special way to win it at home in front of your crowd in a derby. It's a special way to do it. I know they've been so excited about the opportunities at the National League, and to do it as champions is a huge achievement for the Wellington Olympic Club. So congratulations to everybody involved. Congratulations to Martin and his coaching staff and all the players. It's been a wonderful game.
And Miramar played their part in the game, as we see a replay of the goal. And that's a goal there, as we cut to that's worth winning any game, isn't it? Regardless of how scrappy parts of the game were or weren't, and the weather playing its part, that's a goal and a piece of quality that is worthy of deciding any game.
Absolutely. Just the one touch, second touch finish. In a game of that pressure, and where the game was, it was so finely balanced at that point, but to put that back of the net leads to this, a goal certainly worthy of winning a league.
Yeah, and as I was alluding to, Miramar played their part in this game. They forced 4 or 5 very big saves from Scott Vasali, definitely 4, but prior to that goal, this easily could have been a slightly different story had they had a piece of quality to match Caelan Gould's there. This could have been a different story. And Sam Mason-Smith coming into the game late, struggled to find the pace of the game, and Olympic closed it out well. But obviously, things just not falling for Miramar. Yeah,
you did right. If Miramar look back at this game, it will be that period in the first half where they did create those chances, because they were some outstanding saves that were made by Scott Basale. But if one of those goes in at that point, the game's completely different, and it's a different chase in the second half. But But, you know, that's why Scott is who he is and has done this for so many years and kept those chances out and obviously got Olympic over the line. So, look, Scotty, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. It's great to have you here with Cello Sport presenting what turned out to be the finale of Central League for 2021. So thanks for joining us. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It was great to have you on board, and we look forward to doing this all over again.
Yeah, fantastic, Sambo. Thanks for having me, mate.